And now, the hosts of Golf Talk Radio, Mike and Billy.
Well, welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Golf Talk Radio, Mike and Billy. So glad you are with us. We are live on the Central Coast of California. It is April 20th, a day before Easter. Hope you guys have a great holiday wherever you are. Hope it's as awesome as it is here. My name is Billy Gibbs, that guy right across there on the counter, on the computer, on the, what do you call that thing over there, Mike? What is that? The control panel? The board. On the board is Mr. Mike Brabenec. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning, everybody.
And in our ear, across the middle of the state, Hop is there. Hi, Hop. Good morning to you as well.
Happy 420, guys.
Thanks, bro.
Cha.
Cha. I like Noah Brab. I've been listening to some of his music.
Have you?
Yeah.
He sold his first beat.
Mike's boys, his professional name is Noah Brab, right?
Yeah.
I liked it. Well, today's show, if you were around anywhere in the world last week and you were a golf fan, maybe not even one, the last week's Masters was probably one of the highlights of ever in the golf industry. It was an achievement that many never thought would happen again. Tiger won the Masters. And so we're going to talk, obviously, we would be remiss not to discuss that. Where were you when he won? It's going to be one of those dates. I remember 86 Masters like it was yesterday when Jack won. This might even be better than that. And it was, considering all the stuff. And we're going to talk about that. Where were you? There's some interesting people that wrote in where they were and how some of the funny things that they stopped doing just to make sure they could see it. Also, we'll talk about the Tiger effect. Is it good for the game? Back in 97, when he won 22 years ago, it really did change the face of the golf industry. And it had an impact like nobody's ever seen before. And maybe now again, we're not so sure, but we're going to talk about it. But he did change the industry into a giant boom, where when I first worked with Mike a bunch of years ago, there was 5 golf professionals on staff at one place. And that's almost unheard of these days. Because of the golf industry's business has gone down a little bit, but there was such a boom. Golf courses were being built almost overnight. Every day, thousands were being built. Now they're being shut down almost one every 2 days. But is this going to help the game? Is Tiger's win good for the game? Now, there's pros and cons. We'll discuss that. It's also 420, as Hop brought out, so we're going to find out, does marijuana affect your golf game? Did a little research myself, but not personal research. I was not the guinea pig this time. But I have a personal experience from many years ago that I could share. But it's an interesting topic, and I was amazed what I found when I looked it up. So that's kind of stuff we're going to talk today. We'll do a little joking around. Nothing better than a Hop joke. So we'll listen to Hops.
Hop.
Right.
Hops.
Say what?
Hops. Hop.
I like it.
Hemp. Hops hemp.
Hops hemp.
Hemp's hop. So we're going to listen to. So we should have a lot of fun, and Mike, it's good to see you. How's your BM this morning? You got anything going on?
I have a beauty.
Dude,
I have an absolute
You've been ready to dump this thing out?
beauty. This thing surprised me like to no end.
Let's hear what you got.
All right, you ready? And I was debating because I actually have 2 of them, but I'm gonna go with this one. We'll see where it goes. Okay, so yesterday afternoon.
Double BM?
Oh, but the other one I could hold off on for maybe later in the show.
All right.
Just so I don't hurt myself.
Sure.
So yesterday afternoon, I'm posting scores for our Skins game, which happens every Friday, and this thing comes across my phone, and it says, your Domino's pizza will be delivered in 23 to 33 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good time frame.
And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting.
Especially since you didn't order one.
No. Did not order pizza to the best of my knowledge, and I thought, well, maybe, my wife and my kids are on spring break. Maybe, just maybe, because, you have the card on file for online, and they get Domino's once in a while.
Yeah.
So I looked.
I have a card online, too. Does that help your clues?
It could.
It could.
So after the thing comes across my phone, I just happened to be cruising on my email, and because I had to check something out for a customer, and I see that there's a Domino's tracker email that comes through. And so now I start looking at it a little closer, and customer information, it's got my name, spelled correctly, by the way.
Wow, that's unusual.
Which is a danger sign.
See, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. And then the address is, I won't give the whole thing, but 1429 something street in Mansfield, Texas. And it has a full phone number.
You can say Mansfield, Texas, but you can't say the street?
No.
That's just kind of funny.
I don't want to give it out because there's other things that I'm going to do with this thing. So anyway, Mansfield, Texas, And it gives me the Domino's store, tells me the highway it's on, 23 to 33 minutes. Here's your order number.
That's some fast-moving car.
Here's what you bought, and it's about $30 worth of pizza. And so I called the store, and I said, "Hey, I'm just curious. I did not order this. My name's on there. That's not my street." I said, "And I'm in California, so I expect you to deliver this thing within 23 to 33 minutes." And the guy started laughing. And I said, the order says it's number 80. I said, "I'm curious. Can you tell me what the last 4 digits of the card were that were charged on this order?" So he tells me, I'm like, "That's my card."
Great.
And I said, I go, that's not me. He goes, "So you didn't give any authorization to have somebody order pizza?" I said, "Definitely not in Texas."
Well, did you in California?
And I said, "I didn't in California either." To the best of my knowledge, I texted my family like,
Wow.
"Absolutely not." Right. So, I called the guy. The guy was awesome. The manager at the Domino's store. He goes, "Okay, we're canceling the order. We're going to refund the card." Da da da. I said, "Well, you can refund it, but I'm going to cancel it anyway with American Express." And get off the phone, call American Express, and they do their thing, and that's all great.
Well, the people at American Express eating pizza at the time that you were talking
No,
about?
they weren't.
Okay.
So here's my dilemma.
All right.
Okay. With today's information, so I go home last night. I'm at home. It's about 8 o'clock, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to look up that address on Google Maps because I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm thinking, is it a high school kid? Is it just somebody using a fake address?
It's a jail.
Yeah.
Was it a jail?
No, it was an actual home.
So,
It's
wow.
fairly nice neighborhood. It gives you the full 360 of the neighborhood. And
Anything for sale in that area? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
What town did you say it was?
It's in Mansfield.
Mansfield. Okay.
Mansfield, Texas.
Nice.
So then I start thinking like,
Was there a car in the driveway?
no.
No. Okay.
And the grass around the house and stuff's a little bit overgrown, but it's a nice house.
That's good.
It's a nice
They
house,
should.
right?
They just good
So I'm
people
thinking-
sending pizzas. It's not, it's good people here doing.
Yeah.
I get it.
And maybe if they had a picture of themselves in the Google Maps, I might have said, "Yeah, go ahead, send them those
Sure.
pizzas." I'd
They
be
were out in the
okay
yard
with that.
waving at the Google Map guy. Then you
I'm
think
like, oh, you know what? Those are nice
those
people.
are pizza worthy.
$30, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
pizza worthy people.
I can pay that off in 3 months.
Yeah, you can
And,
just sell tickets
know,
or something.
yeah. And-
I'd go fund you.
You would?
I would.
Thanks, man.
But so interesting.
So I sit there and I'm looking at it last night, and then I thought, do I let the authorities know in Texas that this happened? They're probably not going to care.
And it might not have been that house. Right?
That's my question.
You know, you could get someone in trouble. And
So I start going kind of down in the hole, like thinking about all the different things of like scenarios, right? I'm like, I can't stop thinking about it.
God.
And so
dude.
then I start thinking, I'm like, well, I wonder what what kind of taste they have. So this is the order they made.
I'd like to see.
You wanna hear?
Is there any pineapple on any of these pizzas?
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay, because that's bad.
All So this is my Domino's order.
So you're curious what the Mike Brabennick in Mansfield, Texas.
Yeah. What would
Can
they
we
order?
guess? Can
we
Billy
get-
and I guess what the
Yeah,
order?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead. There's
Go ahead,
three-
Billy.
All right, my first.
There's three items.
pizzas. All right,
Three separate
I
items.
think one of them is like a supreme. It's got all kinds of stuff all over it. You like the sauce, the meat one. I think there's a heavy meat pizza. It's Texas, man.
You know what?
There's like barbecue meat or something. Come on, it's Texas. No meat.
Not that I can tell.
Wow, I was way off then.
Oh, and what was it? This was Pizza Hut?
Domino's.
Domino's.
Oh, Domino's.
This is Domino's.
Deep dish square double cheese one.
What's
No,
happening?
for $30 worth of pizza from Domino's,
That's like-
and I know this because I used to deliver pizza for them for like 3 years.
All right, that's 4 pizzas.
There were definitely 2 pizzas. I'm going to say one was double cheese, one was a double pepperoni, and the third item was
Double pep.
some sort of dessert, like their
The explosion thing or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're right on one level. Now here's something that's really funny. I just scrolled down the order because I just kind of briefly looked at this
I can't
thing.
believe there's no meat.
Well,
I'm a little bummed.
they used a coupon.
They did. Well, they're very thrifty criminals.
They are thrifty. I got to give them that.
Yeah.
So let me give you the coupon, what you could use it for.
Okay.
This may kind of tighten things up a little bit. So the coupon they use with my credit card in Texas to buy pizza. Choose any 2 or more medium 2-topping pizzas, bread twists, salads.
All right.
Marbled cookie brownie.
That's what he was saying. That's just what Hop was
specialty
saying.
chicken. Oven baked sandwich, stuffy cheesy bread, 8-piece boneless chicken or pasta in a dish for $5.99.
Okay, now how big was his house? Is this like a 4-bedroom house you were looking at?
I don't know. It's hard to tell from. It's a decent sized house.
So there's 4 people living in this house, you think, or you think there's
I could see the front. And I couldn't see the back. I think it's
any bicycles out front?
No, it's like pretty blank.
All right.
It's at the end of a cul-de-sac though.
And keeping 420
Family.
keeping 420 as part of the theme, I definitely say the brownies were in.
You nailed that one.
Brownies, yeah, he was in there.
So they got the Domino's marbled cookie brownie for $5.99.
All right, no salad.
No salad.
I got one right. Yeah, they're buzzing.
You're good. No salad.
All right.
Now this is the twist.
Breadsticks.
Close.
Oh, I thought you gave me a clue there.
They ordered the same exact pizza, but made in 2 different ways.
Well, one's deep dish and the other one's thin crust.
You got the thin.
Thin,
It's not deep dish.
not deep. I don't know.
Stuffed crust.
Stuff.
No.
What do you mean? Those are the only kinds there are.
There's one other one.
What's the other one? New York style? What's that?
I'm doing something with my hand, huh?
Hand tossed?
Yes.
That's the name of a pizza.
That's the hand toss.
And you got one plate,
Hand tossed
and there's
is
2
right.
toppings on it.
Yep. So they're both 12-inch pizzas. One's a thin pizza. One's a hand tossed. Both of them are pepperoni with robust inspired tomato sauce and cheese.
So these people, they know what they want.
They do.
And
And it was a test order, $23.96,
they used the coupon.
and they used a coupon.
And
Because they want to keep it low, because they got to
and
see
the-
if
and
the
they
cards
were-
go
and
work.
They went through the trouble to identity theft you
And used the
and
coupon.
they used it for pizza.
I know, I love that.
I know. That's what makes me think. Like I said, it was so hard for me last night to go to sleep, even because I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, I want to know who this person is, and I keep thinking it's a kid. Just looking at this, like the way the details of this, like,
Well, I feel
They
bad
could
that
have gotten. They're in Texas. They could have gotten several $100s worth of barbecue.
yeah, they
and
could
lunch
have.
for
They
days.
could have ordered.
Well, and here's the other kicker.
Winnebago.
if you know nowadays when you order pizza,
Yeah.
somebody's email is tied to that order unless they don't order pizza online. Who doesn't order pizza online anymore?
Wow.
Everybody.
Everybody.
does, yeah.
Like the only way that I knew that this happened was because I got an email, and then I got a text because my cell phone's on there.
And this made you cancel your American Express card.
Oh yeah, I've had my American Express
Did you
card.
ask them if that was the only charge?
Yeah, that was the only charge.
That was the only charge.
And I went in, in panic, and I'm looking at all my accounts and
Is
like
the
everything
American
else is
Express company out of Texas?
cool. No, not that I'm aware of.
So did you Google to see who lives at that address?
I didn't Google who lives at it, but I've got the house. I can actually show Billy. I've still got it up. I still got it up here.
Well, okay. Well, I'm glad that I feel bad they didn't get the pizza after all that work, and they used the coupon.
There it is.
They got
Now,
no.
See it?
Let me see.
That's the house.
It's a nice house. Is there a name
Big
on that
trees.
mailbox right there?
Big trees. Can I zoom? I guess I could zoom in, huh? See, this is like detective stuff, man. This is getting it gets kind of interesting.
If you zoom in, could you see people peeking through the blinds?
Mystery of the pie. The pie.
Yes. Mystery of peeking through the blinds. There's a nice park that goes right near the house. You
Well,
can see the
it's a
trail. It's like
nice
a bike
area.
trail. And
So there's kids probably starving right now.
I don't think if you're
If they
living
were
in-
starving, they wouldn't order the brownie.
Look,
they were buzzing.
Here's the thing. The house is right there. It's at the end of the cul-de-sac. At the end of the cul-de-sac's a nice park.
And they only went for 2 pizzas. They had a card. They could have got deep.
Oh, they could have gone way deep.
They could have gone deep. So they were conscientious, thrifty criminals.
About 10 years ago, I had the American Express card. The same thing happened, and the first charge was from Greece. Somebody at a bicycle shop bought an ice cream cone for 99 cents or 99 euros, whatever they use there. And then all of a sudden, I saw it come over my phone, and within 30 minutes before I could call American Express, they're charging up sweets at a spa.
But an ice
and it's
cream
like-
cone was the first
yeah,
thing?
but you can. You know what? One of the things I had an identity theft happen several years ago, and it started with I was noticing on my receipt, my bank statement that like these little charges, $5 and $10 charges for
Yeah.
this and that.
That's what they do.
And I was like, what is this about? So when I finally took it to the bank manager, he said that was very, very common. That they will good thieves will take little bites out of your account to see if you notice. And the more you don't notice, the bigger the bites get. So it's usually people that aren't very well adapted at this that will go out and like buy a suite or a car or something like that, because that gives it away right away. But the people that do the little bites are usually the ones that are making a living off doing it. And that sounds like what this is. Like they were taking a little bite out of your American Express card to see if you noticed.
Did they order? Did they happen to order anything called Pizza Little Bites?
No,
they did not have little bites of the pizza.
Now there's a couple things here. There's the Lakeside Church of Christ right next to the house.
Yeah.
So maybe that person.
You think that's a clue?
Was going to donate?
No, there would have been 15 pizzas if that was the case.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you got to the bottom of the caper. Were there capers on the pizza by any chance?
There were no capers on the pizza.
But I am glad that you got to the bottom. It's a little unraveling. It's a little unnerving.
It's unnerving. I mean, I'm happy that I saw it right away. And American Express has always been great. I mean,
the only bummer is what other information do they have?
Well, that's a whole other thing. That's the only other thing that freaks me out. So with that being said, I'm just going to give all my personal information out over the radio right now.
Yeah, just let me
might as well share it with everybody.
Will you take if we're podcasting this so I can go back and hear it?
Yeah,
sure.
I
don't have to write any of this down. Well, I got a similar BM. Well, not similar, almost the opposite of that.
Yeah.
So may I share?
Yes, please.
It actually was kind of an aha moment on the way up here. I realized as part of the way up here that I left my phone home. And so I started, of course, flailing through my pockets and looking around thinking, oh, my God, I don't have my phone. Life is coming to an end. And I started freaking about it. And I realized, what a fool. Why am I freaking out? I did want to look up something when I got here for the show. But I'm at the point where I think I'm looking at my phone every few seconds with all the hats I wear. Yep. And I noticed the other day in the airport, I looked up and everybody was on a phone.
Yep.
And I did a test. There's a guy coming at me on his phone about the same size as me. And I wasn't going to move. And I'm walking towards him, not on my phone, but he was right in his face. And honestly, if I didn't move, we're playing chicken. We're getting closer and closer.
Wow.
If I didn't move, he was smacking me. And I went, whoa, and I jumped off to the side. He kind of looked around, what? Yeah. So I realized I'm leaving tomorrow, go out of town to kind of go off grid for a little bit. And realized it's kind of sad how much I have to look at this phone. And and I can't even call Josie to say I left my phone at home. So I realized this is kind of a bummer. And I do wear a bunch of hats in this business. I've been 4 or 5 different businesses. So I'm probably more going to the phone more often than maybe because of work. But it's not like the work's going to stop if I don't look at my phone for a day or two. Work's still going to go on. So I bet there's many out there that have the same issue. I don't know how often you're looking at your phone and taking a peek if there's a text or an email.
Do you get on your phone on mine? On Apple started doing this just recently, or my phone, and I've made a goal of doing it. They gave you a weekly report on screen time on my phone, so it pops up. So my goal is
every week.
Does
it show you how many times you look at it or something?
No, it tells you your hours and minutes that you looked at your phone during the day.
I would be probably sad to know what that number is for
my average hours looking at my phone is around 2 hours.
Well, that doesn't seem like a lot.
2 hours and 40 minutes max.
So, when I mentioned I was looking at my phone in the car for texting, or I don't text, I have my screen in my Mazda has a screen right up front that through Bluetooth, it comes through. All my emails come through that, and they're vocal emails.
Yeah.
And texts go through that
cool.
too, and there's a voice. But it's still weird that I was, my immediate thing was, oh, where's my phone? I'm driving, the phone's not with me. And that's sad or what?
So, what they take today, it's funny you mentioned that. I was almost to the studio here today, and there was a gal walking her dog, just like the guy that played chicken with you. She's not even looking up. She's walking her dog, and she's getting near the intersection, and I'm like, oh, man, is she crossing? Because I have the green light.
Let's tell you. Have you seen the recent deaths at the Grand Canyon? Just in the last 2 weeks?
I heard.
Have you heard about that, Hop?
Yeah, people falling in and such.
They're doing selfies. And they're going off the edge. This is beautiful. I hope their phone is insured, because they're sure now. They're all. It's sad, man.
It is sad.
It's getting really sad, and I'm guilty, and so I'm leaving tomorrow, and I'm threatening to leave my phone home. I know I won't look at it for work, You need it for emergencies. I mean, we're lucky enough we have that now in case
Take
there's an
steps.
emergency.
Take your phone with you. Then when you guys go where you're going, if you're going out, just leave it in your suitcase.
Because it was, my drive was only a 35-minute drive here.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about my phone for 30 of those minutes.
Right.
To me, that's pretty sad.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
And then even last night, I have the greatest kids on Friday night. They're my advanced program. These kids are mostly teenagers.
Yeah.
And they are so cool now that I only saw one look at their phone.
Nice.
And they all were they come in and that's all they're doing. So we're trying to get it, but they're out of respect. They're just only one. And he had to text his mom what time he was finished. I'm not one of those guys, put your phone down.
Right.
I'm just more of those guys that I look around. But the first 2 weeks, man, there's phones. They're coming out, right? They're walking to their bags, checking their phone, going back to their playing, right? Just you see it all the time. These kids are on, they're constantly.
It happens. Yeah, it happens.
And so
a lot.
I've asked them out of respect for the 1.5 or 2 hour class, can they just kind of focus just for these 2 hours is all I ask.
Right.
Of course, if there's an emergency, you got to do that. But it was kind of nice because yesterday I looked intentionally to see if anybody would and only one. And he saw me see him and I didn't say a word. He said, "Oh, I'm just texting my mom when we're done." I said, "No problem, man."
Right.
So, but it's weird.
That's cool.
Even little bitty kids are on their phones, walk through the airport. 7 phones in their hand, their faces. So anyway, that's my little BM rant.
Good BM. Awesome. We'll take our first break. When we come back, like Billy said in the beginning of the show, talk about the Tiger effect, a whole bunch of other things. We'll talk about the DraftKings results for Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. And I think Nikki, she texted me late last night, so I texted her early this morning. She's back in Hawaii.
Yeah.
She said she might call around the 9:05, 9:10 hour, right in there. So if, we want to talk DraftKings, then we can do that.
Cool.
And we'll talk about the 2019 Masters. So stay with us. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by TaylorMade Golf. Check out the latest M5 and M6 drivers, fairway woods, hybrids, and irons at TaylorMadeGolf.com today. We'll be right back.
Call me.